places where the map ends and the unknown begins, where shadows whisper and the truth hides in plain sight. Welcome to Agents of the Unexplained, the broadcast for those who seek what others fear to find. Here is your host, Bill Rigby.
Bill Rigby leads the way into the strange. Whispers in the static, truth inside.
Hey, how you doing, everyone? I'm going to say this much. This craziness of the Bigfoot sightings in Ohio. There's going to be so many people up there researching. I will not go up. I was going to. I know a couple researchers that are up, going up and going to be already up there. The problem you're having with all these sightings and getting on the news and the whole 9 yards, and it's blowing up like you cannot believe, which I can understand why. You know, it's unprecedented, that many sightings that close together in that short amount of time. It is unprecedented. So, that being said, with everyone going up there, they're going to be knocking on trees. They're going to be doing this. Or maybe do it. Da 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 da. For some reason, it's not playing. I just tried it out outside and it worked. So it's not working right now. I don't know why. But anyhow, people going to be growling. Yeah, Linda, they're not even going to run the Bigfoot away. They're going to be trampling all over evidence, too. You know, they're going to be falling down, getting hurt. No, wannabe researchers, 15 minutes of fame. They're going to be beating on trees. They're going to be howling, screaming. You know, it's crazy. I don't understand why they want to do that. You know, straight up. You know, hey, but you know, it's just crazy. I'm not saying that the reports are not true. I am saying I don't think they're all true. The man doing the reporting has been around for a while. I did some background on him. I sent him a message, but he's probably getting bombarded with messages. So here's my thinking. I'd like to find out for sure, but we got to figure this out. And I know who the one researcher I trust wholeheartedly. I've been out researching with him, and I know he's going to do it. He's out there collecting evidence. And he's not going to be getting. If he sees one, he'll be happy. But it's more about the evidence end, and that's what we need. Yeah, Shane, it is crazy. That's why I say it's unprecedented. It could be happening. But then again, it might not be. I don't know. And it's really crazy. My batteries must be weak. It just worked outside a minute ago. But anyhow, It is what it is. Oh, but anyhow, yeah, I know you do, Shane. But the thing is that with that many sightings in that short amount of time, something's going on. Someone's BSing. Someone think they seeing or hearing things. You know, Bob Lemley said, and I'm sticking by him on this one. Uh, yeah, Linda, things are picking up. They are moving. But is every one of those sightings real? Too many of them. No, John, you're wrong. Not everyone. Um, the thing is that they are moving. They're foraging for the greens and stuff because they've been on a protein diet all winter. And this time of year, they're Linda, you're right. Bigfoot hysteria. Oh, I'm going to use that. Thank you, Linda. That's awesome. That is awesome. But with all honesty, folks, some of this stuff the one researcher that's up there, he'll be relaying the stuff that he finds, if any. And he's like a mountain goat in the woods. So I got a lot of faith in him. Hey, Jimmy. Yeah, a drone would work, Linda. The problem is you got a lot of amateur researchers who are going to be running up there, Shane. It's not just the honest research. You're going to have amateurs that don't know what they're looking for. They go, oh, it's Bigfoot. Let's go research. Oh, God. Made the news, so got them coming. I'm sorry. I have a problem with the news broadcasting it. Yeah, it's possible. Anything's possible. But I got a problem with it. And that's the problem there. Like I said, I don't think all 7 reports are true. Some people want 15 minutes of fame. But they could be. I didn't get much sleep last night. I was thinking this all out, and I'm starting to let common sense prevail. Why should I go up there along with everyone else tramping through the woods? It ain't worth it. You're going to have people beating on trees, say, oh, wow, I hear it. So these people start responding with beating on trees. You're going to have someone howling, and they say, oh, there's one. Everyone wants a little bit of fame. I'm sorry. I got to put my glasses on. Karen, you research with a few oldies. Uh-oh. I hate to ask who the oldies were because I might feel bad because I'm as old as them. But Linda, I'm going to put that on the screen. For some reason, it's real small print here. I'm going to have to adjust my settings. Yeah, I got to figure out how I adjust it. Oh, here's settings. Let's see. It doesn't say how to adjust it higher. Oh well. But anyhow, uh, you folks can't read it. It's when I hear the vocals, I walk very lightly in the woods. Evidence is so easily destroyed by tramping on the woodland, and it's nuts. She under, uh, you know, Linda, you're 110% right with that. And yeah, I know we're oldies, but I don't like to admit it, Linda. you know, hey, Jack, I got someone from Ohio calling me while I'm online here. Wait a minute. Yellow. I got to call you back. I'm in the middle of a meeting. Thank you. Um, but anyhow, telemarketer. Yeah. But anyhow, Jack, I'm glad you're out there. I got my problem is, which I didn't get much sleep last night, Jack, and but I did a lot of thinking on this. We got a lot of people coming into that area and looking for evidence, amateurs and straight up researchers. The problem is you got too many people coming in, evidence getting destroyed, amateurs trying to get their 15-minute of fame, the true researchers trying to find the real evidence that is getting destroyed by the amateurs and people that just want to be in the woods to say oh yeah, we had a sighting. So I'm backed off from going. I'll be calling you after a bit, Jack, and tell you of someone that going in there. And you'll agree with that one because you know how he is. Um, Linda, you're right. And I found that too. Hey, Mike, if you sit, they will come to you if you're in the woods. They will. They know you're there. They'll come and watch you. And tramping through the woods, you won't. You're not going to actually find them when you're out searching. Even though I say that, but that's what happened with me. But I was on the trail, and we was headed down the trail. That there he was off to the side. Oh, Linda, I just saw that one part that you say you're older than me, but you're sexier than me. I got to say that. But anyhow, so that makes up for the age difference, so you know. But with all honesty, I feel that the good researchers are going to get pushed out finding any evidence. I really do. Oh, okay. I think I know who you're talking about, Jack. But yes, we need to get together, the group of us. We need that. The thing is, we got to schedule it. We got to schedule it so we can do this. And Linda, that's another thing. You're so 110% right. Tramping around knocking on trees, whooping can run them off also. that's a highly possibility. Um, you know, hey, let's all go to Salt Fork and smack a tree. I bet you get a response from somebody else smacking a tree. Uh, or letting out a howl. Um, that night, at the camp out I had there at the group camp area, the very first one, me and Jay Faust was near his car. And the thing is, there was a howl, and where it came from, I can almost guarantee you there was no one there. And plus, it was 1 o'clock in the morning. Um, and it wasn't on the park's land. It was away from the park's land where the howl came from. But then we saw some 3 orbs, and me and Jay both was having fun watching the orbs, and that's another researcher I got nothing but faith in, you know. And 3 souls. I'm glad you're out there. Um, the thing is that we all got to pay attention to what's being said over this stuff in Ohio. Most of us got to stay the hell out of there. If you're, you got to pay attention, and if that's your area, check it out. If it's not your area, stay the hell out of it. Let the ones that research that area go in there. I got to keep putting my glasses on, read everything. On my phone. I got the people on Facebook on here. We need the real researchers of that area in there. We don't need everybody and their brother running there. Hi, Amy. I know you're going to agree with me on this. The ones that research that area is the ones that should be there. Not everybody and their damn brother. They're going to be destroying evidence. They're going to be doing all kind of stupid stuff. I'm sorry. They are, how can I put it? I'm trying not to get mean, but it's kind of hard not to. The real down to earth, straight up researcher who's not out for the 15 minute of the damn thing needs to find out. And that's the real researchers that have been researching that area. I know I made a comment that I was going up there on Facebook, and I shouldn't have done that. Because now I ain't going, because everybody and their brother's going. And I had a bunch of people saying they want to go. No. I don't take a lot of people when I go to do a research and an investigation. You can't have a dozen people running through the woods. Karen, were those sightings all in the same general area like this in as many days? Yeah. Here we go with my cheaters. Yeah, Karen, you're right. A lot of the real researchers get pushed out by the wannabes. Um, Jack Warren's out here. He's a real researcher. He is one of the better researchers, tracker. He studies everything. And Amy was just out here. I don't know if she still is. You know, she catches flack from some people, but she is a researcher. And I trust what she finds too. You know, yeah, she don't tell everyone what she's finding because of other certain reasons. Really, Mike? Here, I got to put that on screen. Um, yeah, that's the thing. I'm hoping some of the researchers in that area get back to me with some information they find. I know that the 15-minute of fame people will go and be trying to trample through everything. And share your link, Mike. Share your link for the people to see. Plus, I want to check it out. Now, for the gentleman that's been sharing the gentleman that's been sharing all this information, that's what he does. He's a reporter. He reports it. So, you know, does he get in there to research? He's from Arkansas or Arizona, one of the two. So, no, he's not getting in there. He's just sharing the reports, which fires everybody up. Like I said earlier, I sent him a message, but he's probably getting bombarded with messages. And so it'll be a while before he gets back to me. And so I'd like to know if these people are producing any type of evidence, like pictures of prints, tree structures even. You know, it's we need more proof other than, yeah, I saw him crossing the trail. And that's where the real researchers come in, for the ones that don't really understand that. You know, we got this stuff going on and it's going crazy. Now it's up to 7 reports here. And then he reported about one up in Somerset County. So, you know, like I said, he's a reporter. Now, the researchers up in Somerset, I hope they check this out. Like I want the local ones of the Ohio mass sightings. I hope they're able to get in there, check it out, get the evidence, and go with it. The spring fling. You're right, Jack. It is. Yeah, they're ramping up. This time of year, they ramp up. And they're ramping up around here. You know, every March. They ramp up. We know this from studying this situation. You know, are we going to see one? I don't know. I, it's a possibility. Right after I found that trackway uh, in March, beginning of March, me and Brenda Sproul, that turnaround uh, beginning of May, end of April, beginning of May, there was a Bigfoot that crossed the road right near where we found the trackway. A lady that worked for the police department, she ran in front of her. There was a guy behind her in a pickup truck, a construction worker. He saw it too. So, Jamie King was starting to investigate that, but he already reserved a place for Ohio Bigfoot conference, and he was going there. And I asked him, "Do you want me to keep an eye out and watch for stuff, and go from there?" And he told me we could. Well, went back through that area. I looked down in one little swampy area, and there was a big footprint down in there. So that helped validate even more, and the two people that saw the Bigfoot that crossed the road were right near where we found that trackway. Very reliable. Oh, that is neat. I'm going to check that out, Mike. Um, Linda, footprints, tree bends, twisted limbs, flattened grassy areas, stir up small creek water, worn path areas, so many physical signs that if you don't research could be destroyed. That's my complaint. That is my complaint. We need to be able to preserve that stuff, and amateurs will not. I'm sorry. That's my belief. And that's why I'm not going. And for everyone that said hi, I'm sorry I didn't say hi back. I'm on a roll here, but hello to you and all. Hello, Alan. I'm glad to see you in there from Kentucky. Gary, my buddy. It's Hot Dog Wednesday, bud. Why ain't you here? Hi, Virginia. Lou, I'm glad you're out there. But anyhow, what we need to understand too is that we're going to have people reporting more and more because it's that time of year. And Mary Fabian called me this morning and she said one thing, and it makes common sense, and it is all sense. They've been on a protein diet all winter. So now they're going for the greens. The green stuff's coming up. They're getting to the bulbs and all that to add to their diet. So, yes, I agree with that. Jack, I'm not going to say that's not possibility. Jack goes, could one reason for these potential sightings be a rogue males looking for a mate that time of year? Spring's in the air. Oh boy. I'm not going to argue that. It's definitely in the air. And that's a good possibility. Is it all rogue males looking for a mate? Probably not. You know, different sizes, different colors, different shapes. So they're not the same. Now, the two 10-footers that were different colors, depends the time of day they seen them. Was the sun shining on them? You know, from dark brown to black, go either way. Uh, so, possible same one, possible not. We're all about the evidence, and without the evidence, other ones watching them and describing them the same, which they weren't the same. I don't know. But everyone sees things different. So, with that said, if you're not how can I put it? A normal, everyday researcher, investigator of the Bigfoot, if it's just a hobby, please stay out of that area unless you're walking on trails. Do not go through the woods. Walk the trails. We don't want evidence destroyed. And the regular researchers of that area, I pray to God you get in there and get the evidence without these amateurs destroying them. Believe me, the lack of sleep I got thinking this all out last night. We need this. We need this. We need to find the evidence. I'm glad the reports are coming in. Yes, it is like a crime scene. Uh, um, People are saying they're migrating. I don't think they're migrating. I think they're foraging. And I don't think it's the same ones. Or like Jack stated, another possibility, rogue male looking for a mate. You know, it could be any dozen of reasons. So if aliens do go up there and try to research, please let us know. You know, don't keep your evidence to yourself unless you're working with scientists. Then you keep it to yourself and share it with them. That I will say. Kenny, glad to see you out there, brother. So, like I said, I was going, but I'm not now. Too many people are on their way in there, and I'm not taking no chances. I don't want the evidence destroyed. You know, I wasn't going up looking for Bigfoot. I was going up looking for evidence. You know, footprints, tree structures, all that good stuff, hair even. You know, it's all about the evidence right now. And that's the thing. It's about the evidence. And I know a lot of people want to go see Bigfoot. Go for the evidence. And if you're very amateur about researching, stay on the trails. Yeah, Lou, I don't say they migrate. I say they forage. I say they do move around so they don't deplete the food source. I believe that. Yes, Jack, that's exactly what I was getting at. They follow the food growth seasons. Yes. And that's it. They're not migrating. They're not leaving Ohio coming to PA. A lot of people think, oh, they're migrating this way. No, they're foraging. They're not the same ones, just by the descriptions the people are given. If all the sightings are true. You know, people are going to get mad at me for saying that so often. We need a little more than what he was reporting to everyone. And since it went crazy, everybody and their brothers going. News stations have carried it. A couple different ones. So, there you go. Let's see what happens after today. It's going to be interesting. But anyhow. Yep. I'm glad you agree with me, Linda. Yeah, like she said, watercress, ramps, tender leaf buds, even new rodents are available now. Spring is in the air. Yes, it is. But anyhow, God bless you all. Stay safe. Stay informed. Share your knowledge. And do not get in trouble. I do not have bail money. Have a great day, folks. Stay safe.
This has been the Agents of the Unexplained Paranormal Podcast. Please like, follow, and share on all social media. And remember, the truth is out there.
Bill Rigby leads the way into the strange.